Hey, welcome back. It's your art friend Lynn. How have you been doing? Wanted to check in with you. Christmas and all the holidays are pretty much going to be over. There's going to be a new year coming in, and are you excited about it? Artistically? Maybe? Maybe a little? Alright, well, if you are kind of feeling anxious or feeling down about the next year coming, I know I get really anxious around the new year. I always like to do the art versus artist trending tags on social media concerning, how my art's improved over the year. And I definitely get pretty critical about what I see. It's not like I'm taking leaps and bounds with my art, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But I'm not here to talk about that. If you're feeling anxious or concerned that you haven't really grown this year artistically or in other parts of your life, you might look around at other social media posts or just other art in general and see how people might be taking leaps and bounds, through their journey, their own artistic journey. And you might look at yourself and say, well, I must have done something wrong. You know what? Can it? All right? Just don't worry about it. There's going to be a time and place for you to grow as an artist. And there's going to be a time when you're going to grow as an artist, and you can't think about all the time that you've lost in your endeavors when it comes to chasing your passions, figuring out things in life, becoming a better person, just anything that takes time to develop. You can't think about all the time you've lost trying to build that up. Things will happen when they happen, and some things take time. And if you're one of those artists who's probably watching this, as probably I would be doing right now, and saying, you know what, Lynn, I took, fucking 5 years to work on this. I'm still not a good artist. I still haven't gotten any job prospects. I haven't even broken 5,000 Instagram followers, or 10,000 or 28,000 if you're using followers as any kind of measurement to see where you are in comparison. You gotta just can it, all right? Can it. Because if you let this time that you're thinking about how things could have gone, would have done, may have gotten to, you're losing out time on getting things on the right track. If you're not improving as an artist, maybe because you're not practicing as much, do you want to know what takes time away from doing the practice that you needs to do? Well, it's probably thinking about and whining about all the time that you've lost is probably taken up a good chunk of that time, right? Now, I'm not saying that might be the only reason why you haven't been practicing, if practicing is what would lead you to get better results in your artistic journey. But the number one anxiety and stress that I would always encounter, and it would always hurt the most, is all the time that I either spent dealing with my individual challenges with my illness, with that I spent working to support myself when my passions weren't, getting me to where I need to be functioning as a good person, because one of the things that causes a tremendous amount of anxiety and stress is at the end of the year looking back on the year and thinking and wallowing about all the things that I'd done that wasn't going towards any of my passions. Whether I was dealing with, my illness, whether I needed to take time out to nap, to simply just let myself rest a little bit, whether, there were weeks, even months of just nothing coming out, nothing was being produced, nothing was being created, and I know that really hinders my success as an artist. That's why I don't grow as fast as other artists, because, not only do I have, some issues with my willpower and determination to do it, to sit down and do it, I also have a whole illness, scraping at my back, trying to get my attention every day. So, but what's not going to bring back any of that time is thinking about it. Literally, if you turned off this video right now and you sat down and you started to sketch something out and started to paint something, started to learn something, that is literally the best action you could take. That's literally the only remedy. The only remedy is action, and taking it as fast as possible is pretty much your only relief from that. But as far as getting worked up or concerned or, just feeling horrible about yourself for not getting as far as you wanted this year, you just gotta can it, say fuck off, go somewhere else, it's not happening here, and you gotta be strong enough to actually put that behind you too, all right? Because I know you're here for a reason, right? You're an artist, and I'm gonna predict that this is something you want to do, right? You're not here just because this is a hobby and you don't know how to, you want to practice, how to do watercolor a little bit and just sort of see how it feels. No, you're here because you want to be an artist, and you're here because you want to grow, and not only grow, but have your growth mean something and be rewarding in its own way, not just monetary, and although that's something that comes along with it, but you're here because you're an artist and that's what you've decided, that's what you want to do, and you gotta, but there is no tutorial on how to, how do I let all these little stresses, anxieties not get to me, there's no tutorial for that, so, but if you were standing right in front of me right now, I would tell you, let it go. I know it's hard. Maybe this year you didn't get as far as you wanted, but you know what? There's a whole nother year coming, and it's coming in a few days. All right? And you're going to be okay. You're going to do this. And even if next year you don't get as far, you know what? There's another year. There's always going to be some time to get yourself where you want to be. All right? So I don't want you to fret that because this year is ending, everything ends, because it doesn't. There's going to be more, and there's going to be more opportunity, and there's always going to be time for you to get where you see yourself. All right? I believe in you, and I know you can do this. So get drawing. All right? I'll see you later.